Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, man. It's back again with another video. So I'm sure you've seen it in the thumbnail. I actually completely went, should I say completely? No, I still have some prime lenses. I think I have 4 prime lenses that I actively use. But I completely switched from prime to zooms. So I told you guys about the 70-200 that I got. This was the first one I got. So very amazing camera, internal zooming. So really beautiful lens. Created already a few steps with it. I'll put some of the portrait on the video. And then I recently, maybe just probably like 2 weeks after that, I got the 24 to 70. This beast of a lens. Actually, it actually feels lighter than it is, but this is quite a heavy proposition. But I think this one, like this, is much lighter than having something like this. And as you can see, I also got a battery grip for my Fuji X-T2, because I just felt like some of the features of the camera were missing because I was using it without a battery grip. All right, cool. So I got a battery grip for my Fuji X-T2. Don't mind the fact that it's written Canon here. This is an adapter that I use to shoot Canon glasses on Fuji. Yeah, and I think I've shown a lot of people how to do that. This is just an adapter because I think EF glasses are super cheap, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. EF glasses are probably the cheapest thing you can get right now. And just adapt it is going to make a lot of sense, and you are not going to go through a lot of hassle. This is one thing that I always believe that people don't do properly, to not buy all the gears. So granted, this lens that I have here came out in 2017, if not before, but this is just before they started making everything all black. So like here, but this is still like a DG series, which is some of the best lenses. f2.8, is it sharper than f2.8? It is debatable. I think it's just the same level as this one, but you guys know. And I think I told you, if I want bokeh, I'll shoot with a 70-200. I'll shoot it at 200 f3.2 or f3.5 or even f4 sometimes. f2.8 for me is really when there is not enough light or anything like that. That's only when I really resort to those very low aperture, or otherwise I'll use the primes. And that's what I did when I was doing an event recently. I was using the f1.4 35mm Fuji on my Fuji X-T1. You won't even believe that I used the Fuji X-T1 to take incredible photos. And I didn't even use my 50 Canon f1.8. So, but yeah, obviously I still have those options when it comes to like really needing very bright aperture and needing light. But in terms of versatility, I gotta tell you, I have this one camera on my, I now have a holster system. I'm not using the camera straps anymore. As I was saying, I now have a holster system. I'm not using camera straps anymore. So I have this situation here with like, it's like a holster, you can actually say it. It's a camera holster. So which allows me to have 2 cameras at once connected on me all the time. And I have like a small bag in front of me where I put all my prime lenses. So generally I have the X-T2, and then I have my Canon with a 24 to 70. Then I'll just have the 35 in there. So I don't know if I'll be using the 50 much though, because yeah, the focal length is pretty much the same. So it allows me really to be very efficient in terms of what I'm shooting. And this is one thing that I think is very important, getting to become efficient in the way you shoot and the way you create for clients or anything like that. Because with this too, I have 2 cameras on me all the time. It really allows me to go tight or very zoomy if I really want to be very zoomy. And the good thing about this holster that I have, it's a bit springy. It has a little bit of like springiness, and it allows me just to, go down onto, not really put a lot of strain on me, because yeah, your body that gets hurt after a few long hours of shooting, and this really helps a lot. So I got a 24 to 70. Let's go back to that lens, because I did say that I really want to overhaul all my lenses. Why did I get the EF version first of all over, for example, the 50 to 150 from Fuji, which will be like a one in all lenses? That lens is 17,000 rand, the Fuji one. Obviously, if I sell these two like this, I'll be able to afford this. But I got such a really good deal on this one because I paid maybe, let's just say I paid $20, because what I did is I traded in a lot of my gears that I wasn't using for a really long time. I had the G5X, which I sold. I had the Zoom F1, which I also sold, and the 24 EFS lens, which I hated. So I got rid of literally only one lens and that tiny camera that I wasn't using. The recorder I wasn't using I wasn't using it as well. I have a Tascam recorder. I have a F. I have a Zoom H2N recorder as well, and I have those Ulanzi mics that are also recorders at the same time. So it's really felt very redundant to have so many stuff that I wasn't using, especially that Zoom F1, because it's only a one-person recorder, so it's just a little bit more of a hassle to keep something like that. So it really made sense for me not to keep something like that and just sell or trade in all of those ones and just add a little bit of, just a tiny bit of money on top of that and get this. And as I say, I also got the grip for the XT2, and I think if you are mostly videographer, even photographer, let's just say if you're mostly videographer, this really makes sense. But one for me, because I have big hands, this also just makes a lot of sense. So this one has a bit of a problem where the shutter button on here doesn't work sometimes, but yeah, it works most of the time. Now it's working now and then, but it's not too bad. But it's just giving me a little bit more way to shoot, and I shoot my camera mostly like this, so I don't really mind this button not working. So I'm fine with having one button at least, but it just makes it much more comfortable. And in terms of battery consumption, I have 3 battery here, and I think Fuji knows how to do the best battery grip, because I have 2 extra batteries plus the battery here in the body of the camera. That just makes a lot more sense, and I don't understand why a lot of camera manufacturer don't create those pins. So because the camera has pins down below that allows you to connect it right into the camera, you don't need to take out the battery and put that, like for example the Canon that I used to use. Makes a lot more sense like that. So yeah, so I got the new lens. I'm going to be back and forth between this lens and that. This range, I think, so if you do a lot of events and you do a lot of even portrait work, I think this is really good, because it does give you, especially on a crop sensor, I think this lens suits a crop sensor much better. It gives you that range of a 24 to 70, which is roughly 35 to maybe 90, something like that. So really a sweet spot, and I love that. It focuses pretty fast, because this is one of the old but newer model, if we can put it like that, just before the one that they started making for DSLR, for mirrorless cameras. So, and it's very tiny compared to the other 24 to 70, because it doesn't have IS, in body stabilization. I don't mind that much. I'm not going to use it much for video. If I want to use video, I'll use my 35, put the camera on a gimbal, then I'm good to go, because I really don't want to, I don't like putting a lot of heavy stuff on a gimbal. I always find it kind of weird to have so many stuff on a gimbal. I'll probably put it on stick most of the time. Let's say I'm doing a wedding or anything like that. This will be on stick, or I put my 24 to 70 on stick and then just, zoom in and zoom out, because it allows me also to give that versatility. Very good to have a zoom lens. That's one thing I'm going to say. The versatility is something that really I appreciate a lot. Let's say I move to another camera system. Let's say so on the two or three ones that I could move to right now, just because of the zoom lens that it offers, is those Tamron 35 to 150. That's the zoom lens that I swear by. If I have to move to any camera brands, could probably be Sony, Fuji I'll still keep, because they also Tamron is at 17 to 70, which is also a great focal length. So it's going to be Sony. It's going to be Lumix. Panasonic has the 24 to 70 as well on the L series, and Nikon as well, or Nikon, also because of that. So that's, now I've been shooting with a zoom lens. It's just much better. It's true that you're losing that composition skills or anything like that, but you can't beat something like this. You can't beat. Granted, I'm losing some extra stop of light, not even a lot of extra stop of lights, especially with my 1.4 here. You can see how tiny this is compared to this other zoom lens, you can definitely do the comparison yourself and be like, why would you put yourself in a situation where this is so much? But it makes a lot of sense, guys. I mean, it makes a lot of sense, especially in terms of moving in and out. This, especially the 24 to 70, this is just an amazing focal length for people who do weddings and events, and they know what this lens is capable of. I'm actually planning to maybe go back a little bit, years back, wind out the years, getting rid of my Canon 800D and buy myself a 4D, a Canon 4D. So because I feel like I need full frame, or maybe if I'm not getting rid of the Canon 800D, I'll just get a 6D Mark II. If I can find one used in the market for a good price, definitely gonna jump on that, because I love that lens as well, and it will allow me to use my full frame lenses really with a lot of video peace of mind. Because imagine the 24 to 70 on that camera with really good autofocus, even for YouTube stuff, that would make a lot of sense. So yeah, this camera is this lens is very bare bone, nothing special. A click on and off switch, pretty much just like this. I think it also has an STM motor. This is also has an STM motor. It's this is the Nifty 50. So it's really does what it does. Very simple and just straight to the point. Shoot and we go. I mean, that's pretty much what the lens is there for, right? So, but the versatility of the zoom lens of a zoom range is just really what because with these two zooms, I actually have three zooms, because I have the 11 here, as you guys know this one. So I have the 11 to 16, which is like ultra wide, and then I have a mid-range 24 here with this one, and obviously I can go a little bit telephoto, not too much, just a little bit. And then if I really want to go telephoto seriously, I'll use my 70 to 200, which really allows me to go like really wide. And I also love this lens here. You guys know, like my what is it? It's 11 to 16. Really amazing focal length as well for all of this YouTube stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much about this lens that I got now, and this adapter, and so many things that I've spoken about. Didn't really want to be talking about it. So I still have like 3 prime lenses that I kept, because I feel like these are just specialty lenses, especially my Sigma 105. This is the Canon one as well. So this one is amazing in terms of macro photography. This is a macro lens. I'll keep that. Let me just zoom out a bit. So this is what makes it just a special lens. I wanted to sell this one actually, but I decided not to, because the macro lens is always something that for those special things, especially if you're doing a wedding, for those special photos, I think a macro lens is something that you will regret not having. I can do a little bit tiny macro with this one as well, but it doesn't give me what this one gives me. So that's the reason why I decided to keep it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you in the next one, and peace out.